A big, powerful kick can help swimmers create a lot of speed. Let's take a look at an underutilized strategy that's really effective for helping swimmers develop strength and skill. Hi everyone, Andrew here, helping you help your swimmers get faster. The power of training aids are that they allow us to create an impact on swimmers that's otherwise impossible to create by just having them swim. By combining drag socks and fins, we're going to use training aids in a relatively novel way to help swimmers improve the strength and skill of their kick. Let's take a look at the problem we're trying to solve, why this solution is effective, and how to use it optimally. Strength in the water leads to speed, while strength on land can be foundational, and it's definitely important. When swimmers can create a lot of force in the water, that has the strongest relationship to their ability to go fast in the water. So strong, powerful muscles are better able to create speed. They allow swimmers to hold more water, and they allow swimmers to move that water faster. If they don't have the strength to get into the right positions, they're not going to be able to hold a lot of water. And if they don't have the strength to move through those positions quickly against the load that the water creates, they're not going to be able to move water faster. And in both cases, that's going to prevent them from creating speed. When it comes to overloading the muscles of the upper body, it's relatively easy to do in the water. The arms are using a big surface area, and so that creates a big paddle to move water with. That allows them to hold a lot of water. That allows them to load the muscles pretty well. And so if you have swimmers swim against resistance and you put paddles on them, they're going to get a lot of load through the upper body. That's going to help them develop the strength that they need in order to create a lot of speed. However, it's more difficult to make that happen with the lower body. And the irony is that the muscles of the legs are actually a lot stronger, yet they're harder to load. And because the foot is a whole lot smaller, it's a whole lot more difficult to position it in a way to hold lots of water. There's often a lot less load going through the legs. And then the muscles, one, because they're getting less resistance, and two, because they're actually stronger, they're not going to get the same challenge and they're not going to develop the same amount of strength. One, we have to find a way to give them a little bit more surface area so they can push and move a little bit more water, and we have to find a way to load that at the same time. We'll use drag socks and fins at the same time. And so while in one respect, it can make this a little bit easier for swimmers who struggle with drag socks because they have bigger surface area to play with, it actually requires them to create a lot more force. And so while they'll be able to move forward a little bit better, they'll definitely be able to go faster. The loads that they have to work against are much, much higher. So we're going to get a major muscular overload in the leg. That means we get more specific strength in the kick, and two, we get more muscular endurance in the kick. Because if swimmers can learn how to kick pretty hard, pretty fast against a lot of load, well, everything else is then pretty easy. And so we take that load away, and it's a whole lot less challenge. They're going to be able to sustain that effort for a whole lot longer. So if we're looking to build power in their legs to create speed, or we're looking to build muscular endurance in the legs so that they can actually hold their kick throughout their races, this is a very, very powerful strategy. The great part about combining the drag socks and the fins is that the drag socks force swimmers to whip their kick. And if swimmers just bend at the knee the whole time or they keep their leg completely straight, they're not going to go pretty much anywhere because the drag socks are going to slow them down. They have to whip the kick, and they have to do that against the load. So we're making the skill itself, not just the muscles, we're making the skill itself stronger. We take away the load, whipping that kick is going to be a whole lot easier. So it's a very effective strategy for developing the strength of the muscles and developing the strength of the skills. All you have to do is put the drag socks on, put the fins on underneath, and we're good to go. So in terms of implementing this strategy, the biggest concept is to prioritize intensity. Remember, we're trying to strengthen skills, we're trying to strengthen muscles, and we're applying more load to make that happen. So we have to make sure that they're going fast and they're given the ability to go fast. So if they're not putting effort into it, if they're just kicking slow and they're just kicking controlled, that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for a lot of load, and they've got to kick hard, they've got to kick fast to do that. To allow them to perform, to allow them to put forth intensity, we need to control fatigue. So by using shorter distances, bigger rest periods, we're going to allow them to execute these skills at a high level. So while using fins with drag socks can make it seem like it's easier, and it is in the sense that they can go faster with them, because of the added load, the fatigue adds up really, really fast, and all of a sudden it's going to feel like their legs are concrete and they can't execute the skills anymore. So you got to use shorter distances, you got to give them bigger rest. Because of that extra load, they're going to feel it and their legs are going to get tired fast. So we have to be careful. So we need to be careful from a fatigue standpoint because we want to keep the intensity high in order to get the changes, in order to get the adaptations that we're looking for. And when using this strategy, it doesn't have to be limited to kicking. Use kick-based drills, and you can use it when they're actually swimming. You're going to get similar effects in terms of overloading the muscles of the legs. By adding the kick-based drills, by adding the swimming, you also can work on integrating that kick into their full stroke swimming. Having a great kick is really important, but if they can't use that kick when they swim, it doesn't really matter. So by using drag socks and fins with kicking, but also the kick-based drills and the swimming, we're going to get a better response. Here are 2 sets that put these ideas into practice. First set, 2 rounds through. They're going to go 4 times, a 25 freestyle kick with a board with drag socks and fins. It's fast. And they're going to go a 50 stick drill with drag socks and fins where they descend 1 to 4. And so stick drills, they're going to have a small PVC pipe and they're just going to switch hands with it and they're going to create speed by driving through the legs. They're going to do that 4 times and they're going to go 100 freestyle, minimize stroke count and time, 4 dolphin kicks each wall. So the goal there is they're trying to go pretty fast on that, but they've got to be efficient. So that means they've got to use a really, really strong kick. So we're going to challenge them with the drag socks and fins for the 25s and the 50s, and then we're going to see if they can apply that with great walls on that 100 freestyle. And to go fast and stay long, they have to use their legs. Next set, they're going to go 6 rounds through. They're going to go 25 butterfly kick with a board, drag socks, fins. It's fast. Then they're going to go 4 kicks, 1 pull, drag socks with fins. Now they've got to find a rhythm. Now they've got to use that kick within the stroke. And then they're going to go 25 butterfly, drag socks plus fins, put it all together. So we're going kick-based drill, and then swim, all with drag socks and fins. Challenge the skills, challenge the strength, give them the chance to put it all together. On the odd rounds, when they're using the arms, they're going minimize stroke count and time, so they're trying to be long and fast, trying to get as much as they can out of each kick and still create speed. And on the even rounds, they're just letting it rip. They're just going fast. With that said, they're going to get more skill in their kick, they're going to get more strength in their kick, and that creates the potential for more speed. If you want to learn more about how to develop the kick and ensure that kicking skills are showing up in their swimming, check out the video below.